What's up, Face-Off fanatics? Welcome back once again to the movie Trivia Face-Off. I am the man, the myth, the legend, the ambassador of the antlers, Andrew the Elk Kelk, here to bring you that pleasure, that joy, and that movie trivia mayhem that we are so well known for. And now that I'm back from outer space, I just walked in to find him here with that dumb look upon his face. It's my co-host today, David the Spaniard Garcia.
What is up, movie trivia face-off fanatics? I am back on the desk with the elk who apparently needs glasses like me if he thought where he was in outer space. Maybe it was some cave in... Where do you guys have caves in Canada? I have no idea, but it really doesn't matter. Today, I specifically requested to be on the desk because, as I said in my promo, I want to witness this stupid decision of the League of Shadows, really, because, like, in my opinion, if you are challenged, if someone wants to play you and it's not meant to happen, if you are giving him the chance to play you, he should be the one to have something to lose, and you should be the one to have something to gain. In this case, Mark put his spot in World War Geek on the line. That just seems a little stupid to me. I mean, I respect both as a players. They are great players. Mark could easily win this, and Ryan as well, because it's going to be a very tight match. Anyone who could come up on the top. I'm not saying Mark itself make a stupid decision by playing Ryan, but if the League of Shadows is a team and they decided to accept this, I'm not sure what it says about the League's intelligence.
Well, that may be the very first good idea that David Garcia has ever had in his life, because for once, David, we are in agreement. This is a story of 2 steps forward, 1 step way, way back, because these competitors could come out with a very impressive win and make even more of a name for themselves moving into World War Geek, but both had their spots locked up. Both were ready to go and get in that match. And in the end, today, whoever loses this match will be losing that guaranteed spot in World War Geek, might have to fight another qualifying match to get back in. And from the elk to all of you, little movie trivia knowledge, little bit of advice for you: never give up an advantage when you've already got it locked down, when it's in your pocket. We both do agree on that one. But 2 good competitors, 2 guys coming in with a lot of knowledge. So we will see if today the Maniac gets turned to mush, or if it's going to be a little bit of salted caramel for Ryan Payne. Let's hear from our competitors and see what they had to say.
I said this to you before. If you want to go one-on-one, you want to prove yourself, you want to do something, you want to actually prove you're a mountain of knowledge, or of caramel, or the Secret Life of Alex Mack, or whatever Nickelodeon shows that she's filled your head with, bring it on. I'm ready for you. I know all of that. I know Keenan and Kel. Let's do Nickelodeon. But no, forget that. Let's do movie trivia. You and me. One-on-one, finally. Let me, just like I put you down in a Marvel battleground, I will put you down here in the face-off. Corey, you make this happen. I yelled at Elk before, and I shouldn't have, because he didn't know what to do. I put him on the spot. I'm putting you on the spot. Corey, you make this match happen. You.
See, and that is your problem, Marco.
I'm not talking to you anymore, right? I'm talking to Corey. Corey, you make.
Well, guess what? You have your time is done.
My time is not done. My time will never be done until I get what I want.
All right, both of you. Because I can be upset so hard. Right. And I can't wait to knock that brainwashing material that Ruben has put in your head and make you finally see the light that you did make the biggest mistake of your life.
All right, enough. You want a match before World War Geek? I'm ready to give you a match. But you need to decide right now, right here. No talking to faction members, no talking to managers. This is the deal. You guys get a match together the weekend of April 11th and 12th. That's a couple of weeks from now, okay? Mark Camire versus Ryan Payne. But there's a stipulation. Winner obviously gets 1 more slice on the wheel for World War Geek, increasing your chances at getting number 30. But the loser, out. If you lose that match, you are out of World War Geek, and you are down in the qualifier, and you have to fight your way through that to get back in the main event. Now I need an answer from both of you right here, right now. What do you say?
So here's my answer. It is yes. I'm used to being ignored. I'm used to being underestimated. I am used to being put down and in a corner. If I gotta fight my way back in the World War Geek just to shut you up, then believe me, I will take the stipulation and I will have my manager in my corner. So when that victory happens, she can tell you exactly what she thinks about those. Corey, the answer is yes.
With your manager in your corner, you can continue to be sat in the corner, not speaking, not giving all your having no thoughts to your name. Yeah, okay. You need to be taught a lesson. Just like I was taught a lesson, and now my eyes have seen the true light within the shadows. Yeah, I accept it. I will climb the Caramel Mountain and I will melt it to its core, because somebody's got to do it. And if it ain't gonna be Alex Mack, it's gonna be the Maniac. So here we are, finally. The match that I didn't necessarily I didn't know that I wanted this match so bad until it was thrown at me. The challenge was thrown at me. And here's the thing about challenges. When you challenge a Maniac, don't expect non-messy results. And today, Ryan Payne, the Caramel Mountain, melts. And when a Caramel Mountain melts, it's messy. And it's sad. And that's the only way I'm going to describe this match, is it's going to be a sad mess for him, for the faction, and for the Secret Life of Alex Mack, or whatever Nickelodeon show she wants to call herself. It's so hard to keep track.
Alex, I am glad that you are here. For a while now, I've been hearing so much chat, so many people just, if I can be frank with you, they've been talking a lot of crap about you. They've been trash talking you. And as someone who has put my 100% of my confidence in you, I wanted you to be here so you can see me go to work. So you can see me bring down Mark, Ruben, and any of his buddies in the League of Shadows down a peg. They think they're dominant in this league, but they are not. They might be getting started. All it takes is one loss to set a huge setback.
I couldn't agree more, honestly. Now these guys, Mark, Ruben, they're pretty cool fellas. They're pretty well known here in the fan leagues, and you can't deny, but in respect, the belts they've held and everything, I completely respect them. But sorry to break it to you, but this is temporary. You gotta make room for the new blood, for the better blood, and so we're here to prove it. Not to mention, I totally agree with a faction's meant to be a team. You guys are totally a team. The League of Shadows, or whatever bad guys you are from, like Batman or whatever, I don't care, it don't matter. Regardless, you guys are a team, and you guys break up and come together, and that's all good and all, but at the end of the day, you guys are going to separate. I, however, have a faction that's a family. We're going to stay together through thick and thin. Ryan, my boy's over here, he's going to kick some ass, and here to show everybody we're here to stay. We're here to kick some ass. We're here to show everyone, not only that we're a family, but we're here to support each other.
I have our fearless leader in the league, Ruben, here as moral support, not as a manager, because as you well know, we don't need managers in the league. We are a league of our own. We are a league of individuals, but we are a support system. The shadows are security. I've said it before. How many times do I need to say it again? And Ruben, I have to thank you for being here on my journey.
Of course, I'm very, very, very glad to be here, because I get to witness you whoop this guy who thinks he's better than us, who thinks he's superior to us. And I got some advice for both of them. Alex, this is how you manage. This is how you actually work with your team, okay? We don't need to be little puppeteers to our puppets. No, we're a team. And that's what the League of Shadows is here to do. We're not some owner with a dog and letting the dog bark the entire time. We're here to work together and crush our enemies. And that's what we're gonna do tonight.
Yes.
I'm here to do it today, right?
That is true. And Mark, despite everything that we have said to each other at Geek Center, you do missed one thing. I do respect you as a player, as a character. I just don't respect your ethics, your choices. If you just wanted to leave, you know what? This is dragging up old history. Right now, I'm talking about the present. And the present is, Ruben, you might have a Star Wars belt on you, but that does not mean you are a wanted target now. And I may not have won World War Geek yet, but I'm showing exactly how confident I am by sacrificing my place here, sacrificing a spot. If I gotta be knocked back down the mountain again just to climb back up, fantastic. Because you know what? It's that much sweeter that not only, because if I do lose, it'll be much sweeter when I climb back up, regain a spot in World War Geek, and then beat you, Ruben, Nick, and Joe, the entire League of Shadows. That no matter how tall this mountain is, there's always more than one side to it, and you're about to see another side of it. So, Mark, you better bring your A game, because I'm bringing mine. Push me to the limit. You make sure my backup is against the wall, because if it's anything less, you will have lost my respect.
Ooh, salty. I love it. Look at that. Let's kick some ass today. We got nothing to lose, and they have everything to lose. Let's just knock it out of the park.
I didn't want Ryan Payne as an enemy. He made himself my enemy by challenging me, by challenging my character, my charisma, by coming at me, thinking that he is the superior competitor. Well, did someone not warn him that he hasn't won the World War Geek yet? He hasn't won the GEEKTACULAR division yet. He has no title. You know who does have a title? Ruben does. The League of Shadows have titles. We have gold. That's the only shining light you're gonna find in the League of Shadows, and soon that light is going to expand like a supernova. Get ready, Ryan. You have made the biggest mistake of your life coming at me, and the Maniac is going to show you just how crazy things can get.
All right, we are back from those pre-match interviews. The League of Shadows, Death Proof, both represented here. A lot of love, a lot of family, friends, managers, teammates, whatever it is. We've got one team coming in representing a little bit of gold and a whole lot of confidence, and the other team coming in ready to have some fun. Also, Ryan Payne not looking like he's afraid of this matchup, saying that the risk is worth the reward. Having that big win over Mark means as much to him as that spot in World War Geek. I still don't know if I agree with that 100%, but David, I think that we are going to see a pretty good match out of these two.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, this is going to be a great match, and if you don't believe us, which you should, we can go ahead and look at the tail of the tape.
All right, let's bring that up for you now, fans. Tail of the tape on these competitors.
So, as you can see here, both competitors really evenly matched. In the first round, the exact same amount of questions asked and the same amount of questions correctly answered. In round 2, Mark takes a little edge, but if I remember correctly from Ryan's matches, he had some tough round 2 categories. So 80% for Mark, 80% for Ryan. I keep calling both Mark. I don't know why. 80% for Ryan and 90% for Mark in round 2. Now, Mark seemed to be a little less accurate in his round 3, but he's the only one who was able to answer a 5-pointer of these two. So round 3 seems to be evenly matched as well. So maybe Mark can have the edge in round 2, but it always will depend on the wheel.
That is true. I'm looking at those numbers, and I got to say, when you're that close to one another on that tail of the tape, it might be that your opponent has a bit more knowledge than you, but really, with the difficulty varying in the questions, with a little bit of toughness coming your way, it could be that these two are actually much more neck and neck than even that would indicate. Frankly, I know one thing about these two is they both know a whole lot about geek movies, and we're going to find out just how much they know as they face off head to head. Who's going to be the winner? Who's going to walk out with that big bragging rights? Who's going to be able to say, I took the match down, I took the challenge, and I risked it all and managed to come out with the victory? And who's going to make the stupid decision coming in here today and lose their spot potentially in World War Geek? It's a huge, huge risk, and it's going to be a huge match. Lots on the line, a lot at stake between these two competitors. And, of course, representing for their factions as well. Want to look good, want to make sure everybody knows that you're the ones to beat in the league. David, are you ready to do this thing?
I am ready to do this.
All right, fans, with that, let's get ready to face off. And let's bring in our competitors. Introducing first, representing the League of Shadows, being accompanied today by the Star Wars champion of the movie Trivia Face-Off, Ruben, the Kingslayer Cologne. He is Mark, the Maniac, Camire. All right, League of Shadows is on the desk, not the only faction coming in today as we introduce his opponent. Making his way to the ring, representing Death Proof and being accompanied by his manager, Alex Mack. He is Ryan Caramel Mountain Payne. Dance party.
I love it. I love it. You know, these are like the two opposite sides of a coin, like green, dark, non-speaking, and the other one with music and fanfare and dancing. Looks like he's going to do some sports.
Presentable here for a second. All right.
All right, both our competitors are on the desk, and Ryan Payne looking like he's having some fun, but I know both of you are going to take this match very seriously. Gentlemen, it's all on the line today. That spot in World War Geek, you're both in it right now, but by the end of the day, one of you will have to fight your way back. With that in mind, let's go ahead and get into this matchup. Mark, are you ready?
I am, and I'm a big fan of Jimi Hendrix too, Ryan, so I salute you.
All right, and with that salute, we will go to his opponent, Ryan Payne. Are you ready?
Yeah. Cheers.
With that in mind, folks, it is time. Let's get it underway. Let's get ready to face off. Here are your rules for round number 1. Each competitor will be asked 10 questions from various Geektacular movie trivia categories. A whole lot of different movies to check out. Each of these questions will be worth 1 point, gentlemen. Once we ask the question, you have approximately 15 seconds to write your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard. And once we call for you by name, please show us your whiteboards and verbalize at the same time. As this is a whiteboard round, please keep your hands and whiteboards on the screen at all times so we can see them. And remember, throughout the course of this match, you do have 3 repeats and your challenges. If you need a little more time, please use a repeat. If you do not agree with how the question was worded or the answer that was given, please use your challenge. If you use your challenge and it is overturned, you will lose that challenge for the remainder of the match. If it is upheld, you will retain your challenge and can use it again. And finally, no stealing in this round, so write down your best attempt at an answer, even if you're not sure. Your opponent cannot take those points from you. With the rules out of the way, David, are you ready to go?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. For your first question, David the Spaniard Garcia.
All right, guys, your first question comes in the category of Middle Earth. Middle Earth. In The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, what type of creatures take the hobbits captive?
You are a much bigger fan of these movies than I am, David, but they are spectacles, a whole lot to watch.
The Hobbit?
I think you mean the dwarves.
I mean, I know some people enjoy the Hobbit movies. Perhaps our competitors today enjoyed them. We'll find out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's not that bad, really. All right, and we go to Mark.
I think you meant who takes the dwarves captive. There's only one hobbit, but trolls.
Oh, right. That is actually correct. Ryan.
Yeah, I said trolls too. I wanted to be specific, but I said trolls as well.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct.
All right, looking at our document, no need for a challenge on this one, although it was a close call. We won't tell you why.
They were actually two answers. All
right, gentlemen, your second question coming your way is in the category of mixed bag. Could be just about any film. And in fact, you will have to tell us which film contains Rehydrated Pizza Hut Pizza, Mr. Fusion, and Gray's Sports Almanac.
You know that Pizza Hut disappeared from Spain a while ago? I miss it.
That's right, Pizza Hut. Sometimes you got to take out Pizza Hut, or if you're in space, Pizza the Hut, because you might owe him some money.
Well, actually, here we have Telepizza. I don't know if you have heard of it.
We do not. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's see what Ryan Payne has to say.
Back to the Future Part 2.
That is the correct answer, Mark Camire.
Back to the Future Part 2.
Very well done, Jets.
Yep. So, your second question. In the category of DC movies, what is the superhero alter ego of Dan Draper in Watchmen? Dan Draper.
Spaniard, you have done it again. Superhero egos sounds like a brand of waffles. Superhero egos, on the other hand, might be what we're looking for here.
Alter ego. Okay, cool. Yeah. Ego is a planet in Guardians of the Galaxy. No.
That's right, and I'll take 11. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
All right, and we go to Mark.
I think you meant Dan Dryberg. Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Night Owl 2.
that is correct. Ryan.
Yes, I was going to say the same thing. Night Owl 2.
That is correct. And guys, once again, forget my accent.
I just want to make sure that's what you said. I was
Yes.
having a moment.
Also, I also messed it up again. I don't know what's happening with my language today. I meant to say forgive my answer.
Very, very well done, gentlemen. Both of them getting Night Owl 2. For the record, we would have accepted Night Owl, as he's referred to it throughout the film, but Night Owl 2 is technically more correct.
Yep.
Both these guys definitely showing their knowledge. Can they continue to stay perfect? 3 questions in so far. Gentlemen, your fourth question will come in the category of the Wizarding World. And your question is, in the Fantastic Beasts films, what type of creature is Pickett?
Pickett. That's a cute name for a pet.
Yes, very cute name for a pet. I've been on a few Pickett lines, but I've never met anyone named Pickett.
Okay, I don't get that.
All right, gentlemen, you have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Ryan Payne.
He is a bowtruckle.
Yes, he is. Mark Camire
Didn't have it.
did not have the answer. That's the first miss. That means Ryan is taking the lead in this very, very important matchup.
I will also want to say that Ryan has spelled it correctly, which is even more impressive. Okay, so your fifth question comes in the category of DCEU, and I am not going to do the joke. How many mother boxes are there in Justice League?
I mean, David,
Yep.
I'm
What is the
not
joke?
one for
I'm
joking.
curious, what is the joke?
I'm not one for joking. I'm just wondering what kind of jokes would want to make about something called mother boxes.
No, I just every single one of like the face of announcers when they say DCEU say or words of DC or whatever the hell are they calling them?
Gentlemen, 5, 4,
It's really a two-faced
3,
franchise.
2, 1.
And we go to Mark,
3.
correct? And Ryan,
3.
that is correct as well. So halfway around, Ryan is approaching a perfect round, and there I said it.
All right, David Garcia throwing out the jinx. Let's find out if it works right now with question number 6 in Marvel. Gentlemen, your category is Marvel. What is Leah Thompson's character's name in Howard the Duck? We are looking for the first name only. You can give us both, but first name will be acceptable.
So Elk, I think I might have just jinxed it with this question.
It is possible. Not a lot of people went and saw Howard the Duck at the movie theaters. You can check the box office for that. Maybe we'll get a new one from the MCU. They've not had a lot of misses so far, but I don't know if they could pull this one off.
I would love to see it, honestly.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pens are down. We go to Ryan Payne.
Rhea?
Rhea is incorrect. The jinx is in. Mark Camire, can you catch up?
Christine.
Oh, we were looking for Beverly Switzler.
Do you know what my secret is for Jinx? I always say it when I know a difficult question is coming up.
Well, there you go.
Next question in movie quotes. In Infinity War, what character refers to themselves as semi-disabled 100-year-old man? Huh. It's an interesting description.
It is interesting. I mean, you think about it. The MCU, very, very forward in their thinking. They got a lot of senior citizens in those big CGI fight scenes.
That is very correct. That is very correct. I would love to see old Captain America fight someone.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down.
And Mark.
Bucky Barnes.
Correct. And Ryan.
Bucky Barnes.
Winter Soldier. Disney Plus TV show coming up, I think.
All right, gentlemen, well handled, both showing some impressive knowledge. No perfect rounds coming your way, but you do have a few more questions to rack up those points. Your 8th, we're going to stay with Marvel in MCU. MCU is your category. Please tell us which hero is blamed for the explosion at the embassy while fighting Crossbones in Captain America: Civil War. And to get ahead of this for our fans, we are looking for the hero predominantly blamed for the explosion. We know that some blame does fall on all of them.
Yeah. Have you ever taken the blame for any explosion, Elk?
The secret, David, is when you get into trouble, just make sure that there's somebody else to lay the blame on. That way you always get off scot-free. That's the Elk method. You can use that one, folks. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens are down. We go to Ryan.
I kind of feel sorry for your partners then. Wanda Maximoff or Scarlet Witch?
Hey, they get to spend time with me, and that's the correct answer. Mark.
Scarlet Witch, Wanda Maximoff.
Absolutely correct. Both of us giving her civilian name as well.
And thank you, Ryan. Don't worry, I have it handled. Okay, next question. In the category of heroes and villains, who plays Jyn Erso in Rogue One?
Now, David, you're the Star Wars man on the desk for sure. Did you enjoy Rogue One?
First viewing, yes. I like it less and less and less every time I see it, and it fell to my bottom 3 of Star Wars movies.
David Garcia also describing my feelings towards him. And 5, 4,
repeat the question.
3.
All right. In Rogue One, who plays Jyn Erso?
I like the use of the repeat from Mark here, David. When you're not sure and when you're fighting someone who's staying neck and neck with you, you're both answering about the same amount of questions. Good idea to get that extra time. See if you can pull that out. Can he do it?
Yeah. If you don't have to be afraid of using a repeat in Rogue One.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Pens down, and we go to Mark.
No, I blanked on her name.
The repeat didn't help. And Ryan.
I believe she's criminally underused. Felicity Jones?
I don't agree with that, but it is correct.
That's my opinion.
All right. And a miss for Mark in Star Wars. Unfortunate, just couldn't pull the name out. And unfortunately for him as well, we come into your final question, gentlemen. It's also going to be in Star Wars. That is your category. And your question is, who kills Zam Wesell in Attack of the Clones? Star Wars names.
Sam Wesell. I like that way you had to pronounce it.
Well, I mean, it is Star Wars. It could be Zam Wesell. I'm not sure, but you're the expert here.
Sam Wesell, so.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No repeats. Ryan Payne.
That is Jango Fett.
It is Jango Fett. Mark Camire.
I don't know. Jango Fett.
There you go. Getting that point up on the board and staying very, very close as we come up to the end of the round. What do you think of this round, David?
I mean, as we expected, neck to neck, Ryan just missing that perfect round because of me. I guess. But Mark, with some critical mistakes, forgetting Felicity's name could cost him a little, but fortunately for him, Ryan didn't get that extra bonus point. So it's 2 points going on round 2. This is anybody's game.
Yes, well handled by both. And Ryan Payne, if you'd like to join us at the David Garcia Haters Association, we meet every Tuesday at 6. All right, with that in mind. Sorry, Mark?
I said
I said I could be there for one meeting, Elk. Yeah. Just to air some grievances, and then that's it.
Lots of grievances to air, and a good round 1 from both gentlemen, but Mark Camire trailing slightly as we get forward into round number 2. We all know, of course, round number 2 is where fortunes and fates can change. It is the wheel round. Gentlemen, we're going to give you your rules for the wheel round right now. In round number 2 in the Geektacular division, each competitor will get a spin at the category wheel. Once they have landed on a category, they may choose to keep it, or if it is not opponent's or spinner's choice, which they must keep, they may spin again one time. That is their mulligan. Once you've landed on a category, you will be asked 5 questions from that category. Each of these questions will begin at a value of 2 points if you can answer without assistance. If you need assistance, please ask for multiple choice, in which case you will be given 4 options, one of which will be the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question is 1 point, and gentlemen, steals are live in this round. As always, that means if you miss that question, your opponent can steal at the current point value. One repeat has been used by Mark, and Ryan Payne is in the lead. We have the managers in place as well to help them out. Your categories on the wheel today will be Marvel, Terminator, Star Wars, Star Trek, scores and soundtracks, Middle-earth, MCU, DC, Wizarding World, DC Extended Universe, and of course, opponents and spinner's choice. With that in mind, Ryan Payne, you are in the lead. Would you like to spin first or defer to your opponent?
What do you think, Ryan?
I mean, a part of me wants to immediately spin first just to get in lead, but at the same time, there are some categories I may want to give to Mark. But you know what? Don't want to be too much in my head. I'm just going to take this spin. I'll go first.
Love it. Yeah. I was checking out based off our chat last night, and I think going first would probably be your best bet.
All right. He is keeping the spin, Ryan Payne. Whenever you are ready, please spin that wheel. Oh, no. I think Ryan Payne just spun from the pegs. I forgot to mention it. Shoot.
You suck at
All
your
right.
job. I'm sorry about the editing.
And we have landed on Terminator.
I feel good keeping it, Alex.
Really?
Yeah.
If you
I feel good
are
keeping it.
confident in this slice, go for it.
Yeah, I'm going to take it.
All right.
Whoa.
Sticking with Terminator, a bit of a surprise when I landed on that. I thought maybe we'd see it spin away. That's not a category that's come up in Geektacular before, which may mean some easy questions, but it may mean some questions from some movies that you have not watched in a while. David, 5 questions for Ryan. Go ahead.
Sure. Let's give me the movies I have not seen in Geek. Okay, so Ryan, your first question in Terminator. What fake name does the T-800 use for John's dog during the phone call to his foster parents?
We're looking for Terminator 2
Terminator
here.
2.
The fake name he gives is Wolfie.
That is correct for 2 points.
Looking good. 1 question in.
Second question. In Terminator 3, the TX pulls up ahead. Okay, I am going to start up again. This is like a weird. Okay, in Terminator 3, the TX pulls up a heads up display. What? Okay, I am going to
Heads up display.
Heads up. That app is not supposed to be there, right? The second one. Okay.
Yes, it is.
So in Terminator 3, the TX pull-ups up heads display showing how many primary targets when she is in the car just after her arrival.
Looking for the
I
number.
believe she pulls. Oh, I'm sorry. What was that?
No, go ahead.
Let me see. I believe she pulls up 8 targets.
That is correct.
believes correctly. Very well done. Looking good in the category. 2 questions in.
English is hard. Your third question. Okay. What character does Michael Ironside play in Terminator Salvation? We will just, yeah.
Might be a little tougher here. You're asking for a side character played by a great character actor, but does he remember the name?
Ashner. Final answer.
Asher is incorrect. Mark, chance for 2 points still. You said Asher, right?
I said Ashner.
That's incorrect. Mark,
Ashner incorrect, yes.
for 2 points still.
Kutcher.
It's also incorrect. We were looking for General Ashdown.
So, very close. General Ashdown. Ashdown.
Christian Bale's accent. Okay.
Okay. Looked like it was going to be a challenge there. Okay, Ryan, your fourth question. In Terminator Genesis, after traveling to 2017, Sarah Connor tells Kyle a story of when she met Pops, the events of which happen at what lake?
You know, I watched this movie and it's not very good, but I got to admit, I laughed like crazy when they said, what do we want? Time travel. When do we want it? It's immaterial.
Multiple choice.
Right? Your multiple choice options are A, Big Bear Lake, B, Wolf Lake, C, Morris Lake, or D, Virginia Lake.
A, Big Bear Lake.
That is correct for 1. Ryan, with a category that is hard in geek, doing really well.
Mm-hmm.
And your last question in Terminator. In Terminator, Bill Paxton's punk character uses what term to imply the Terminator is crazy just before he requests their clothes? Whoa.
I'm sorry, you were breaking apart. Can I get a repeat?
So I will get you a technique. In Terminator, Bill Paxton's punk character uses what term to imply the Terminator is crazy just before he requests their clothes? And we are looking for the exact quote here, I think.
You know, as a fashion plate myself, if someone were to request my clothes, I wouldn't think they were crazy, but I would think they were getting out of line.
Multiple choice.
Yeah. Your multiple choices are A, a couple cards short of a deck, B, a few instruments short of a marching band, C, 3 birds shy of a flock, or D, a couple cans short of a 6-pack. This is like very, very deep.
This is a tough question. You always want to watch out for those deep cuts. Round 2, there's always at least one that seems to be just a little trickier.
Can I get a full repeat of the question and the option?
Sure.
That will be a charged repeat for Ryan.
All right, so in Terminator, Bill Paxton's punk character uses what term to imply the Terminator is crazy just before he requests their clothes? And your options: A, a couple cards short of a deck, B, a few instruments short of a marching band, C, 3 birds shy of a flock, D, a couple cans short of a 6-pack.
All 4 options, things you do not want to find yourself short of, and Ryan Payne hoping not to be short on this answer.
This is
I'm going to go with A.
A, that a couple cards short of a deck is incorrect. Mark, chance for 1 point still.
D.
D, a couple cans short of a 6-pack is correct for 1 point still. That's not how Mark wanted to end this round.
No, not at all. Let's take it over now to your opponent for his round number 2, Mark, and of course his stablemate Ruben here as an advisor. Let's bring up that wheel for you, Mark. Oh, it looks like you've got 2 people helping you out today, Mark, and let's spin that wheel.
One doesn't speak English. It's okay.
That's all right. My partner on the announce desk also does not do that.
No, I don't. I really don't.
Mark, please confer with Ruben. Your spin has landed on DC.
Yeah, it's DC.
If you can sweep this, you can command leads. I think you should go for something a little stronger, but it's up to you.
I mean, I'm fine with that, but I do need points, and so, but I don't want to risk. I don't know if I want to risk another spin.
It's your,
You know what I mean?
it's your call. Remember, Terminator's off now. That was the one that we were most scared of. So it's your call.
That was okay. That's true, but
And we'll count
you know what?
them down.
I'm gonna take DC.
5. He's going to take it. You're going to keep DC. Mark Camire.
And I get where he's coming from. DC, you can have a well-rounded knowledge, but there are always some very, very obscure movies to ask about in this one.
Indeed, there are. And let's find out how well-rounded your knowledge is. Mark Camire in round number 2, DC. 5 questions coming at you. Your first question in the category of DC. What is the name of the character who becomes the Joker in 1989's Batman?
Jack Napier.
Absolutely. That is correct. Let's keep it going into question number 2. Which U.S. president is portrayed by Aidan Quinn in Jonah Hex?
Ulysses S. Grant.
Ulysses S. Grant, everything, even the middle initial. Well done, Mark. Question number 3 in DC. What is the name of the talk show Arthur Fleck appears on in Joker? We're looking for the full name of the television program.
Multiple choice.
I can do that for you. Your multiple choice options, Mark, are A, Murray Franklin Tonight, B, Late with Murray Franklin, C, Murray Franklin Live, D, Live with Murray Franklin.
Murray Franklin Tonight.
That is incorrect. For the 1-point steal, Ryan Payne, your options once again. A, Murray Franklin Tonight, B, Late with Murray Franklin, C, Murray Franklin Live, or D, Live with Murray Franklin.
I'm going to go with D, Live with Murray Franklin.
And the steal is good for 1 point. Live with Murray Franklin was the correct answer. Both of them stealing off of each other. And Mark,
Okay,
2 questions left to go.
Seems like we have a manager wanting to say something.
Hey, correct me if I'm wrong, Mark, but and the actually shows the Murray Franklin show. The live is talking about when they were advertising the show at the end. That's where they're advertising that Murray Franklin's having it there, if I'm not mistaken.
That's
but
what I thought.
The actual show is called the Murray Franklin Show.
The announcer, whenever they bring in Murray Franklin, during the whole leaning in, because it says live with Murray Franklin, as also when they read off their guests.
We are
All right.
going to,
Little bit of input from
What
Ruben.
do you think, Mark?
And we are going to ask if there is an official challenge on the board.
No, I'm not going to challenge that.
Okay.
All right. Opting not to challenge. All right. We will continue with your round. Your penultimate question in round number 2, DC movies. Question 4. Where is the supercomputer in Superman 3 located?
The Grand Canyon.
Back on track. That's correct for 2 big points. And he's coming into his final question in this round. And looking at the scores right now with 1 question left to go, it looks like he could take the lead here, could tie it up, still could see a steal from Ryan. Very exciting. Your final question, Mark, in DC films. In 1982's Swamp Thing, what body part gets chopped off of Swamp Thing? We are looking for specifics.
His right arm.
Right arm is incorrect. For the 2-point steal, we go to Ryan Payne.
Let's do the opposite. I'll go with left arm.
That's correct for 2 big points.
that's like in those kind of questions, it's really, really, really hard because you kind of know it. You know you have to have a 50-50 shot, and you know those both options are going to be in the multiple choice.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe just to minimize the steal, but I get the decision.
I totally understand it. He felt confident enough to take that shot, didn't quite work out, and gives away a steal to his opponent. I was really, really wondering if we were going to hear something other than arm out of Ryan Payne, but he does stay the course, gets those points, and manages to take himself a lead as we move on to round number 3. Very, very important. And remember, it's all on the line in this round as we come up to it, boys. This is it. World War Geek. Your guaranteed spot is going to be gone for one of you. Will it be Ryan? Will it be Mark? We'll find out as we take it to your final round. Gentlemen, your rules for round number 3 will be as follows. In round number 3, each competitor will give us 3 numbers. Those numbers will range from 1 to 18. 1 to 18. Once you've given us your 3 numbers, we will ask you 3 questions. The first worth 2 points, the second worth 3, and the third and final worth 5 points. These questions are yours and yours alone. No stealing. You will have 15 seconds to answer once we have asked the question. And with that all in mind, and 2 repeats and 1 challenge on the board for both players with 2 repeats in the challenge remaining. Ryan Caramel Mountain Payne, you are currently enjoying a 3-point lead over Maniac Mark Camire. Would you like to give us your 3 numbers?
Let's go 11, 6, 4.
11, 6, and 4 for Ryan Payne. Mark Camire.
8, 3, 12.
8, 3, and 12. All right. So with the numbers in this most important round, it comes down to this, and every point counts, every question very, very important. Mark Camire, we will go to you first. You have selected for your 2-point category question number 8, and that will correspond to DCEU. Your DCEU 2-point question, Mark Camire. The Flash first appears in which DCEU film?
Technically, he appears on a screen in Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice.
That is correct. That's the answer we're looking for. 2 big points, and he needs those points to catch on up. Not quite enough to catch Ryan just yet, so we will stay with you as we go into your 3-point question. 3-point question will come from category, suitably, number 3. Mark Camire for 3 points in the category of MCU. In Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, what nickname does Ego give to Peter's mother?
She is his river lily.
That's correct. 3 big points, taking a 2-point lead on Ryan Payne and throwing it back over. Ryan will have to answer some questions in this round.
Right, Ryan, you asked for number 11 for your 2-pointer, and that corresponds to Middle-earth. How many rings did Sauron give to the dwarves?
5.
That's incorrect. We are looking for 7.
7.
All right. Now, to take the lead, you selected number 6, and that corresponds to Wizarding World. In Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald, who is the defense against the dark arts teacher at Hogwarts when Torquil Travers from the British Ministry of Magic interrupts class?
That would be Albus Dumbledore.
And that will be correct for 3 points.
Which is a huge retcon, and I don't agree with it.
Yeah, we agree on something.
We all have some opinions on the Wizarding World, but my opinion is that we have a very exciting matchup. 1 5-point question left for both competitors, 1 point separating them, which means this is a must-make situation for you, Mark. You have 2 repeats still available to you and your challenge if and when you should need it. And your 5-point question, which you must hit to remain in the match. If you miss it, you will lose your guaranteed spot in World War Geek, and Ryan Payne will be your winner. Category number 12. Your category is, I hate it when this happens, David, movie quotes for your 5-point question. movie quotes. In the Fellowship of the Ring, Bilbo tells Gandalf he has thought about the last phrase of his book. What is that phrase?
And he lived happily ever after till the end of his days.
Mark Camire is correct, throwing it back to Ryan Payne, making sure he's got one question and one question only to win the whole damn thing. Well handled, and Mark is correct. Ryan now has to beat him. He must make this question. Ooh, David, very exciting indeed.
I might not see eye to eye with the League of Shadows, but that was an incredible pool. A long line with specific types of saying things, ways of saying things. I am impressed, Mark. Well job. Well done. All right, Ryan. For the win, for 5 points, you selected number 4 for your 5-pointer. Oof. And your category is Transformers. In Transformers, for 5 points, who voices the Yankeon Wreck-Gar in... Okay, who voices the Yankeon Wreck-Gar in Transformers the movie?
The person portraying Wreck-Gar in Transformers the movie, that's a deep cut. If you grew up when I did, you might have a chance at this, but it is a tough question, David.
2 repeats remaining.
And he may need those repeats in 5, 4.
Yeah, repeat.
Okay, so in Transformers, who voices the Yankeon Wreck-Gar in Transformers the movie? These new categories, a lot of competitors not familiar with them yet.
And even if you are familiar, I mean, Transformers, not a lot of people are going to go back and watch this when they have like 7 Michael Bay ones to get through.
I would probably prefer the animated one over any.
You would, I promise. 5, 4, 3.
I'm not going to waste time here.
2.
Anthony Daniels.
And your winner, advancing to World War Geek and knocking his opponent out of the match, the Maniac, Mark Camire. We were looking for Monty Python legend Eric Idle. Eric Idle.
Oof. What a match. What a match.
What a match by both competitors, fighting hard in round 3. Mark getting it all the way back over to Ryan, doing what he had to do and putting him in that position where one question can make all the difference. Eric Idle, deep cut question from Transformers the movie all the way back in 1986, a year when many MTFO competitors weren't even alive. I got to say, though, both of them competing very, very well. And although I disagree with the decision, kudos to the bravery, to the chutzpah that Ryan Payne had in putting down this challenge. The mountain is down. It is melted to the ground. Sticky situation for him as he's going to have to fight, potentially get into another qualifying match to get back into this thing. Mark Camire looking very impressive today. Both competitors, however, putting up a great matchup. Lots of points, lots of knowledge on display. What do they think about their performance today? Let's find out as we take it right now to your post-match interviews.
And we are back live on the Alex Frost Show from the home offices of Club Blood Nashville, where we wine and dine just a little bit differently. I am here today with Ryan Payne, an old friend, and Alex Mack. Lovely to see her as always. Ryan, tough break today. 5 pointers, not your strongest suit. Tell me what you're thinking about right now.
Well, I said earlier that Mark had to take me to the breaking point. He had to push me to put my back up against the wall. And at the same time, Transformers, it's a category that intimidated me a slight bit, but it was nothing I thought I couldn't handle. But I think it just comes down to it. I think live action leaves more of impression to me than animation. So, but either way, I still love the original Transformers movie, the animated one. I held it up to high standards. I guess it was just the Michael Bay ones that put so much crap on it that unfortunately it tarnished the movie for me. But you know what? But I'm okay with this. I have no problem going back down the road, starting from scratch again to once again claim a qualifying spot. And one of my missions was to at least play more in the MTFO, not sit around collecting dust, waiting until my next opponent shows up. So get a match meant costing me my spot. I'm okay with it. I have not complained. I know Mark and Ruben and this league, they're gonna say they took down enough, they proved everyone wrong, and yeah, they did. Mark still has my respect. I begrudgingly accept why he did what he did. I don't like it. I'm never going to agree with it, but I understand from his point of view. But one thing's for sure, they better not think I'm out for the count. All I need is a qualifying match. It doesn't care where I'm placed in World War Geek. They come across me, they better be ready.
And now with Alex Mack, Alex Prime, I mean, I know how good Ryan Payne is. I mean, I think I still have some bruises from when he knocked me out. But tell me a little bit, where do you see Ryan in this division?
I'm sorry, we gotta talk about this is some right here. Okay, so Ryan came out of the first down, knocking everyone's socks off, almost having a perfect round with 9 out of the 10 points. Flippity flop. Go Ryan. I mean, like, my boo, you've got it. And also, you were the first one to actually get this whole new slice. The Terminator franchise. No one else has to take on that slice. Sorry, Mark, you're a cool guy, and I can't wait to see more of you in the future, but let's face it, you do not have the to take on that category regardless, and you knocked that one out of the park. And you know what? You can't fight it. You can't take away those points. Mark definitely walked away with the win, but I am 100% satisfied with everything went on. We do have some movies that we need to watch together. We need to start studying some movies in particular that may be a little more difficult to get a hold of, and that's totally fine. This is temporary. I know for a fact, Ryan, you know, in a matter of months, it's going to walk away a champion. So it's just a matter of time. So regardless, it's all good.
Yeah. Well, you do have to go back to that qualifying match, unfortunately. But let's look at the numbers. 9 points in the first round, 3 steals, or rather 3 points stolen in the second.
Yeah.
Only hit the 3-pointer in round 3. Yeah. But, I mean, yeah. Let's face it, your point differential, that's a win against most of the people in this division, myself included. I remember. That's a win. That's a hearty win.
In order for Mark to beat Ryan today, he had to create a new record. It's like apparently it's like 24 points. That is like one of the records for like engagement in the face-off. And Mark got 25 points. So Mark did amazing. You can't deny that. But again, in order for Mark to 24 points, thank you. In order for Mark to actually kind of get to that point, he needed to really kind of go face to face, really edge it out with Ryan. So, I mean, I'm pretty happy about that, not going to lie. I expect those numbers from Ryan here in a matter of months.
Yeah, and this is not the first time someone's had to break the points record in order to beat me. If anyone has noticed, my teammates that we had done, Scott, we played a match where we had established a new points record and were beaten by former champions. Now, to say that hopefully when team starts packing up here again, Scott and I will start be breaking records, setting new all kind of heights here in the MTFO. But right now, I think it's official that one thing's for sure. I'm going to make one thing's for sure. Whoever I'm facing the qualifier match, study up, because you're going to need to replicate the same thing Mark did in order to beat me again. And one thing's for sure, any animated geek movies, don't bet on me missing those in the future.
You bet your ass you're not going to miss any of those in the future. Not if I have anything to say about it. Sweet baby Jesus. Transformers the movie? Who cares about that movie? What? Come on.
This was I had the same gasket blowout months ago when I lost to Jay Overmeyer over the never-ending story. Although the difference is between that, one was a beloved geek movie, and the other one was criminally underrated. You all can decide which one that is. But one thing for sure, Mark has the bragging rights. He can say whatever he wants because he beat me. But that does not mean his stablemates can say the same thing. That's all I'm going to say.
Fair enough. And I do believe I have the honor and the pleasure of having to talk to those wonderful teammates. We'll be right back here on the Alex Frost Show with Mark Camire and Ruben Colin. And we are back on the Alex Frost Show, where we put the quarantine and quarantinis. My guest at this time, the winner, Mark Camire, and of course the reigning Star Wars champion of the movie trivia face-off, Ruben Colon. First of all, I'm going to start with Ruben. Your boy did you good. The League of Shadows still on track. All is well in the League of Shadows.
Yeah, Mark did not let us down. We knew he wasn't going to let us down. We're not going to waste too much time here. We're not going to jabber our mouth nonstop talking and bickering like these fools just did. We're going to say what we want to say, and that is Mark came in here to do one thing and one thing only. Show Ryan that the League of Shadows are professionals and we take things seriously around here and we don't play. You came after us. You came after Mark. And that's what happens. He showed you exactly what happens whenever you challenge one of us. So don't ever lurk your way over into our shadows again, because we will once again stomp on you time and time and time again. Mark, the floor is yours.
Oh, the floor is mine. The floor is mine after all that, after all the talk is settled, after the match is finally done, the embers have run out. And the Caramel Mountain is nothing but a flood. What did I tell you? What did I tell you all? And let me tell you something. Here's what I'll say. Let me just go ahead and say the good. Ryan gave me a match. He gave me a hell of a match. Exactly what I was hoping for. With all that talk, I would hope that he would give me the ultimate challenge, and he did. He absolutely did. He gave me the match I dreamed of. I didn't want to win this easily. I wanted to win this right. And I sure did, didn't I? And by the way, they can go on and on about how he almost got a perfect round one, and that's all well and good. But he didn't get the perfect round one, did he? You know who else got a perfect round one in a geek match? Caleb Coho against Nazario. Did Caleb Coho win his match? No, he didn't. He didn't at all. So basically, you can get all the perfect round ones you want. It doesn't matter. And to Alex, if you think that I'm scared of the Terminator category, let me tell you this. You'll never know, will you? We'll never know until it comes up. So I guess we'll wait and see how that goes. And this match just further proves that I am not a competitor to be taken lightly. And my creating score, this is the same amount of points I got in my first GEEKTACULAR match, is it not? Yeah, I believe it is. And I believe I set the points record when I did that. So you're telling me I have 2 matches in the GEEKTACULAR division in which I have set the high bar? I mean, Ryan, if he'd have just gotten his 5-pointer, he'd have set the bar. But he didn't. He didn't at all. Victory is sweet. And I got to say, this is a well-earned sip of victory from the goblet of not fire, but let's just say the Vitae. And if you need more reminding about the kind of things I keep in here, just watch my horror match in the movie Trivia Face-Off. Oh, remind me, who won that match? Yeah, so this is great. This is a great win, Alex. This is a great win for the league. Ruben said it. You don't cross us without having to put up your dukes, okay? They thought they were going to plow over me in this match. And I'm sure once round one was all said and done, he thought, oh, I got this. I'm sure he thought when he got his Terminator category in round 2, he thought, oh, I got this. Never mind the fact that I stole one of them, but anyway, this was a good match. This is a happy occasion. I'm going to enjoy it. The league is going to enjoy it. And you know what I'm going to enjoy? I'm going to enjoy sitting back comfortably and waiting till World War Geek comes around. And then the league can show you exactly why we are the dominant faction. And I'll happily sit back and watch as Ryan has to climb the mountain, as it were, back from the bottom just to work his way back up. I'm done here. We're done here.
Fair enough. Maybe a new nickname for you, Mr. 24, because that seems to be where you're always aiming. We're going to send it right back to the desk, to David Garcia, and yes, Andrew the Elk.
And we are back. You are welcome, folks, to join us once again here on the desk. Wonderful post-match interviews, as always, from our friend Alex Frost. Alex, please come back to the desk soon. I need you, buddy. It's terrible up here. You know what I'm talking about. But I got to say, this was a barn burner of a match. Definitely lived up to the name. I mean, we have 24 points. That's right. Mark Camire scoring the very highest anyone has ever scored in this league. And who's his competition? Mark Camire. I got to say, the word today in this match, I think, is going to be factions. That's what I want to talk about, because we've got a great attitude from Alex Mack, leading Death Proof. They've had some bad luck, just can't quite pull it up, but they're always right there nipping at people's heels. And I think we're going to see a lot more victories coming from them in the future. But in the end, the League of Shadows, when they started, I thought there's a whole lot of talk going on here. What's going to happen? Ruben kind of taking the de facto leader role, stepping out and getting that first big belt for his league, the League of Shadows, with the Star Wars Championship, and looking very strong going into World War Geek to potentially have that Geek Championship as well. David, I'm not in that match. You are. And I got to say, if I'm you, any member of the League of Shadows coming onto that desk, and I start to worry, is this the round that I go out?
Not really. Not especially. I mean, obviously they are all great players, but I am not going to be worried. Oh my God, here is the League of Shadows. There are other competitors I am a lot more worried about in World War Geek. I am not going to overlook any of the League of Shadows because, as I said, Mark has scored more, as you said, sorry, Mark has scored more than any of the other Geek competitors in the movie trio face-off twice. So I am not going to overlook that. I am not going to overlook that. But as a competitor, you go into World War Geek. And in World War Geek, you compete against yourself. So no, I am not worried about any competitor. I am worried about my knowledge and what I am going to do in World War Geek. Does that satisfy you as an answer?
Well, David Garcia may not be worried, but if you're out there watching this and you see the League of Shadows coming your way, you might want to watch out, because what we do in the Shadows is apparently win matches. That's all they're capable of doing lately. Lots of victories under their belts.
I mean, are you sure about that?
That's looking pretty solid from here. That's all I'll say, David. World War Geek is obviously a fantastic matchup, and it's going to be a great matchup. If you're watching this, you may very well be in World War Geek, but you definitely want to tune in and watch it if you're not, because we have so many competitors coming into the ring. We're going to have some special guests on the desk as well to help you out throughout that match, and one of those people there on that desk is going to be me. I can't wait to see that matchup come down, and in the end, this match today was closer, I think, than even the score reflects. Ryan Payne, 1 point away from that perfect round one. He's 1 syllable away from 2 points in round 2 with that General Ashdown question in Terminator. He could have been all the way up there on that points scoring record, but just couldn't quite pull it out today. In the end, it comes down to Transformers, Eric Idle, and I think that's really suitable, because what Ryan Payne did today was he dared to be stupid by risking his shot in World War Geek. Will he make his way back in? We'll find out in a qualifying matchup, but one man I know is going to be in that matchup, one man who has a real shot at being the GEEKTACULAR champion for the first time, Mark Camire, coming out with the victory today.
I am pretty sure that Mark Camire is going to be ranked really high right now. I don't know if the commissioner has figured out the rankings yet, but Mark Camire, with 2 wins of that caliber, a record of 2-1, which also I think it reminds me now that I think every single member of the League of Shadows has a better record than Ruben Colon. Also, Alex, please pronounce it correctly. It's Ruben Colon. That just shows how Ruben selected his members very, very, very carefully, so he could take credit of the League of Shadows' success instead of his. But that's another story for another day. Elk, close this up.
All right, face-off fanatics. It has been a wonderful matchup. Definitely one I'm going to go back and watch again. And the League of Shadows, I mean, kind of their de facto leader, Ruben Colon, making sure that they're all smelling like roses, living up to the name, because there are a lot of victories coming their way, no matter what David says. We'll see you back here for another matchup in the Geektacular division, the singles division, all this wonderful movie trivia face-off action coming your way, and brought to you, of course, by me, by David, by our admin team, and by all the people scrolling by on the bottom of the screen. Our question writers and our editors deserve a whole lot of love for the hard work that they do in this league. We just want to bring you some entertainment. It's tough times out there, so we want to wish all of you to stay safe, to keep yourselves healthy, and come on back, check us out next time as we get ready for another big matchup, whether it's World War Geek or just a toe-to-toe brawl like we had today. If they all come out with a point score like this, David, I'm going to be a happy man.
Yep.
Possibly with a different man on the desk with me. But with that, fans, one more time, thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time we face off.